Good evening and welcome to the Drive at 5 on the IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station. I'm your host, Roman. We have a good show planned for you today. Don't forget to stay tuned to IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station for Warriors Talk at 6 p.m. with my girl, Rochelle. Tonight, my guest is the founder and executive director of Pretty Me Inc. Please give a Drive at 5. Welcome to Dominique Robertson and
Michelle Taylor.
Michelle Taylor. Welcome to the Drive, ladies.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio you, Dominique.
Well, as you stated, I am the founder and executive director of Pretty Me Inc. Girls Mentoring Organization. I am also a certified parenting coach, published author, mentor, speaker, wife, mom, and everything in between.
I am the head mentor at Pretty Me Inc., and this will be my second year with the organization. I am a single mother of one who's off in college, going to start her junior year. I work in export sales in the business field, transportation industry.
Okay, tell us about the Pretty Me Inc. mentoring program, how it got started.
How it got started. There was a time where I was not particularly pleased and or a fan of the representation that was out there for young ladies. And I remember I literally was at home sitting on my bed and I knew I wanted to create a safe space for young ladies. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what that entailed. And literally God was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, you're capable of doing something. So get to it. And I'm like, well, I don't even know what that even looks like, God. And, so he started to speak to me. I got on my Google and went to YouTube University and little by little building up the organization. I came up with a name, came up with a mission statement and all of those things and started building it.
So, what is the mission statement of Pretty?
Our mission is to uplift young women by enhancing or helping to enhance their self-confidence, their voice, providing leadership skills, helping them with college prep and just everyday, day-to-day things that young women face today, from peer pressure to bullying to self-image and things of that nature. Confidence today and helping them utilize and find their voice is one of the main initiatives that we have, as well as helping them maintain a positive mental health.
As a product of Pretty Me Inc., what are your thoughts about the program and how it inspired you?
Well, it inspired me because I grew up without a mentor. So, and I think that my life would have been totally different if I had a mentor. So, after I sent my daughter off to college, I was really wanted to give back to the community. So, when I found Pretty Me Inc. and Dominique, that I knew that that's where I wanted to be. So, I make sure I pour 110% of my time, energy, love, and effort into this organization to see it grow and expand and bring on more new young ladies.
When you talk about young ladies
Mhm.
and you talk about Black women as a whole,
Yeah.
your focus in today's climate on Black women and girls, how do you keep them focused?
It's hard because now in the social media era, they are in that probably every single day, 24/7, because you have your phones and you have your internet, you have your social media. So it's definitely difficult, but trying to be just that sounding board, trying to always be present, always reaching out. Hey, do you need anything? Hey, I'm here. Like I said, creating that safe space. So if there is something going on with them, if they are facing adversity, they are comfortable enough to reach out to their mentor. I mean, their parents and everything as well, because we're not trying to replace them. We're just a support, but they're comfortable enough to come to an adult as opposed to going to their friends or going to the internet and looking for things that probably aren't the best. So just remaining consistent and being present in their lives and being that voice in the back of their mind to help them stay positive.
What is your role?
My role is the head mentor. I'm also not just the head mentor, but I have two young ladies that I mentored this year, and one was on her way off to graduate high school. And so now she's off going off to college next year. I made sure that she knew everything about college because, I just had the experience of sending my daughter off to college. So I made sure that everything I learned during that process, I shared with her and her parents. So I really made sure that I built that relationship with her and forged a good communication,
Yeah.
open communication with her and her parents as well.
Hmm.
Maintaining focus is another thing. Giving good advice is another. Have you basically have to give both or just say, I'm going to stay neutral? I want you to decide.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to stay neutral, but you also have to give them multiple options
Hmm.
to take to say, oh, okay, well, should I ghost them or should I face my fears head on? So I let them know, like, this what happens if you ghost them. Like, eventually it's going to come right back to you. But if you handle the problem right then and there, you don't have to worry about nothing.
Tell us about building a healthy relationship between a Black daughter
Mm.
and a Black mother because it seems unhealthy. We're talking about today's climate
Yeah.
and disrespectful towards both.
Uh
Mom, you're invading my space.
huh.
And she says, I don't care. I'm your mother.
Hmm.
I supposed to. Some mothers, you're a mom
Hmm.
and you're a mom. You have the mentality, I brought you in this world. I can take your out.
Mhm.
Your thoughts.
You have to be open minded. You can't live in the day and age where we grew up and it was that you do as I say, you don't ask me any questions. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. This is my house. You don't ask me any you have to be willing to change with the time. Times are different. Kids are a little bit more emotional, a little bit more sensitive these days. So you as a parent, you want to be open. Communication. I'm always an advocate about communicate, and whatever that looks like for you and your child. Me and my kid, we can talk one-on-one, we can have the hard conversations, but that might not work for Michelle and her child. They might write letters or whatever that looks like, but being open enough to have the conversations, being open enough to allow your child to come to you, to talk to you about the boys or sex or whatever that looks like. As a parent, it's uncomfortable, but you would rather them come to you than go on the street and find out the wrong way. So for me, I'm always telling moms, you have to be open. You have to allow that safe space. You have to build that trust and also be relatable. Allow your child to know who you are outside of just their mom. Before you were their mom, you were a human being. You were a woman as well. You went through some things. Don't shy away from allowing them to know that part of you. That will make them more comfortable. That would introduce that trust, and then they will communicate with you even more. So just building that trust with boundaries, of course, because you're still mama at the end of the day. For sure, that's important, but also allowing that safe space and that openness to have conversations that you might be uncomfortable with. You're gonna have some times where you're like, "Oh, child, did he just say? Did she just tell?" But you gotta keep that internal. Don't let them see that, because then that might shut them down. Like, "Oh, did I say too much? I don't know." You know what I mean? Just being open, I think, is key, and I'm always going to be an advocate for communication.
What led to the point now that Black women, especially, are so emotional now? You just got to walk on eggshells.
I think I don't know if I would say we're so emotional now, but we've been silenced for a long time. We've been told to suck it up, carry it. Women, we carry a lot, and oftentimes it goes unnoticed. We have the S on our chest, we have the capes on because we're expected to nurture, we're expected to provide the home, we're expected to discipline, get the kids to the appointments, get the kids to school, be a wife, and do your wifely duties, cook, clean, and everything in between. And nobody's really doing any of that for us. So you reach a breaking point. You get to a point where it tears you down, and you become emotional, as you say. I think a lot that has a lot to do with it.
Your thoughts?
And you become closed off to everything.
Mhm.
So when you shut down, and then you have this shield over your face and you're just acting and just to get by, just to get through the day. But then behind closed doors or in the shower, you're crying.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still have to be strong. So that's just,
Gotta keep it pushing.
I'm going to direct this question to you. There are so many negative images out there of Black women and girls on social media, television, and music. Why Black women and Black girls are such hostile targets in today's media?
I think that'd be
No.
it.
Why are they such hostile targets?
Yes.
Elaborate on that.
Hostile targets, what I mean is what you say, you're cooking, you're cleaning and stuff like that. In the media, they don't see that. What they see is they see them twerking. What they see is housewives of Atlanta, but they really don't do the housewives' duty. They don't see the Claire Huxtables. They don't see the mom from, Everybody Hates Chris. They don't see that anymore because they really don't pay attention to the reruns.
Well, that also doesn't sell. So the hostility, the fights, the drama, that pays the bills for those networks. The profanity, the promiscuity, that pays the bills. Nobody is trying to listen to Claire Huxtable anymore because she's boring. She's not paying any bills. So if I push the drama, if I push the sex, if I push the promiscuity, if I push the cursing and everything, that's what people are paying attention to. That's what's paying the bills. So if that's at the forefront, if that's what you're
But that's not
seeing,
paying their bills. That's not paying the Black woman bills. That's paying, I'm just going to say it, the white man bills.
absolutely.
Again, why Black women are such a hostile target.
But if they aren't educated in knowing that, because, okay, so I can get on TV and I can do this and the third because the white man has told me that I'll pay you this amount of money to do such. And if I don't understand that I'm worth more and that I can have more and that I can say no and I can stand on my no, then I'm going to do that.
But they don't say no. That's the problem.
Out of fear, though, if you come to me with a check for $1 million, I mean, not me personally, but someone who is struggling, who is having a hard time or whatever the case may be, if you come to me with a check for $1 million and say, if you get on TV and you do X, Y, and Z, you can have this check. And I know at home right now, without this opportunity, I'm struggling. I probably will say yes. And then you see when they do get on TV and they do that, they start to capitalize off of it. Then they gain their following and people are cheering that stuff on. That's what's out right now. That's what's in front of them. They're not going to say no to money. They're not going to say no to that attention. They feel like that's what's in right now.
Why?
Because maybe they weren't taught. Maybe they didn't have a mentor like Pretty Me Inc. to show them the way. Step up and show them there's other avenues that you can take to get that $1 million. So like with Pretty Me Inc.,
But I want the $1 million according to her.
Well,
according to Dominique right now, I have bills to pay. I have a 2-year-old.
Yep. But that's the thing. This generation, they want things handed to them quickly, where you have to earn it. So I'm not going to earn it or want to earn it by fighting and cussing on TV because the white man said so. So I want to do it in a positive way. So like I said, like there was negativity with me growing up, and I didn't know the right way, but I knew that that's not where I wanted to be. Even though I didn't have that mentor or that role model, I knew that's not the life I wanted. So I chose a different avenue and I paved my own path.
Do you think that's the problem right there? People don't have their own mind. They're listening
to
everybody else, including what's on social media.
Absolutely.
That Black women don't have their mind. We, according to the census, which is barely, I have to send it to you. Black women are the smartest species on the planet. The smartest. Why we're not getting, meaning Black women not getting enough credit for that?
Recognition.
Your thoughts?
Again, that's not what's popular. But then you, like she said, we have organizations where we try to get them at a young, impressionable age, so where they can stand on their morals, they can utilize their voice. It might take you a little bit longer to get to that $1 million, but it's worth it.
I remember this. Is reality TV telling people this is how Black women and girls are acting now? They're sexual, easy, argumentative, feisty, especially towards Black men. How your program erases the stereotypes that reality programs portrays on social media. On Hulu, they got the Freak Meat documentary out there. All people, I saw a smirk on there. People back in the day, now they're HR, head of HR, bank tellers, CEO of business executives. Now this documentary out there with all the cameras. Mom, is that you twerking on the? Is that you? How are you going to explain? How are you going to erase the stereotype that reality programs portray of Black women?
Okay, so I want to, that's two different things a little bit. So how do you erase it? You don't erase it. Going back to that communication and letting your child or letting the young ladies know that I'm human. I had to find my way. And at that particular time, I went through what I went through and know that wasn't the best decision, but I made a change and look at where I am now. Don't hide it from them. If you hide it from them, that's going to make them a little bit more curious. Like, oh, well, you know, why are you not telling me what's really going on? Why didn't I know? You can't tell me nothing because you used to do this. That'll come out. But if you're transparent and you're open and you're explaining, look, I had to find my way and I went through some things, but I don't want you to go through those things. But let's talk about it. That's important. Showing them, yeah, that's reality TV, but let me show you reality in real life. Let me show you something different that you may not know is out there. I spoke to a young man who lives in Chicago. He's never, ever been outside of Chicago. He's like, all I see is what's on TV. Okay, well, let me show you something different. Let me show you reality. Let me show you what's really out there. And that's what we're pushing. You can watch TV all day long, but let me come with me. Let me show you something that will allow you to want more for yourself. You don't have to be subjected to everything you see on social media and TV. You can want more for yourself. You can do more. You can do better. Let me help you.
CEO and presidents of corporations seen on Hulu, the Freak Meat, dropping it like it's hot. Your thoughts?
I really don't have thoughts on it because I'm not going to entertain that and watch it because I'm not curious about it. I don't have thoughts. So that's kind of like where people have to say, like, okay, this is the type of person that I want. This is what I want to put in my brain and what I want to focus on. So don't even worry about it.
Relationships are another. You touched upon that, Dominique. More Black women consider themselves an alpha Black woman and do not need a Black man, period. Why an alpha Black woman is mad at the entire Black man race instead of a strong Black woman who takes care of her child or children and is proud of the Black man.
I can't speak for all Black women in tearing down the Black man race. I don't agree with that. However, I think that in certain instances, the Black man has not been the best partner. I
wouldn't necessarily say that.
I didn't say all. I didn't say all.
Okay.
I said some.
All right.
And I guarantee you can ask a lot of people. There are some men who have not been the best representation for all Black men, if you want to say it like that. There is a lot of, and I'm not saying women don't portray these things as well, but there's infidelity. There's a lot of secrets. There's lots to go into that. And like I said, I don't agree with that. I don't think that every woman is like, oh, I don't need a man for this. I think they're just tired. They've been through some things, some trials, some tribulations in relationships when it comes to men in general, and they're just tired. So that's hurt talking. It's not necessarily I don't need a man. It may be I just don't want to deal with what I've experienced in the past that comes with having that man.
Then why you have a choice of healing instead of going
That's easier
to the
said than
next?
done.
No, what I'm saying is,
Hmm.
why not heal instead of going to the next person? Why not
That's what you're
heal
supposed-
if you're hurt?
Hmm.
And I hear this all the time. I was bored. I needed something to do. I was lonely. Your thoughts?
I'm sorry. You said healed. So are you saying like an alpha woman is not healed because she's an alpha woman and taking care of everything? So I'm not healed. So let me just take care of everything on my own.
Correct.
No, I think an alpha woman can be healed and taking care of everything on her own and doing everything on her own and everything. But um, I feel that as an alpha woman, she wants the respect from a man, and he can be an alpha man as well. But they have to respect each other and be on the same playing field or whatever in order for her to.
It goes back to what I'm saying, not to cut you off,
Mhm.
but I want you to respond. I said this over and over on the drive at 5. They have this situation saying, hey, you got to earn my respect.
You saying a woman saying that?
A woman and a man
Oh.
say that. You got to earn my respect. In today's society, the youth say, you got to earn my respect. And I turn around and I say to them, I don't know you. Respect should come automatic because I haven't did anything to you. Once I do something to you to hurt you, then I will understand earning your respect again. Like I respect you two black woman because you haven't did anything to me. Have I been hurt in the past? Yeah, but I don't trigger that hurt to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like this phenomenon, hurt people, that drives me crazy. Why?
That's a you thing, though. You don't project the hurt that you've experienced, the trauma that you've experienced onto others and into your new relationships. That's a you thing. Everybody doesn't possess that. Everybody is not emotionally intelligent enough to know how to do that. A lot of times they suppress or whatever they do with their emotions. They don't know how to properly place those emotions. So that whole, you have to earn my respect, that's fear. I done been through some things. I don't know you. So I'm not giving that to you. I'm not giving you that much of me right now because I don't know you. That's fear because I've been hurt. So that's a wall up there. Everybody is not emotionally intelligent enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, I've been through some things. Let me deal with those things. Let me to know that the next person, it's not their fault. So I'm not going to bring my baggage or I'm not going to place my trauma into the next relationship because it had nothing to do with you. Everybody doesn't know how to do that.
Your organization teaches that.
Mm-hmm.
Have there been any successes?
In regards to?
Like channeling that hurt into something productive.
Oh, absolutely. We last year just graduated 9 young ladies. They are at HBCUs thriving. One of our first mentees who started with us when she was in 7th grade and just graduated last year. She's now going to be a sophomore at Harris Stowe University. She is a business owner. She is in organizations on her campus. Absolutely.
Your thoughts?
On what? I'm sorry.
What she just said.
Yeah, I mean that's good. Like
they're doing good.
they're doing
absolutely
good.
They're thriving. And
Like,
I'm not to say that they don't. It's a process.
mm-hmm.
You know, you can get a young lady that comes in the organization and she might be broken, and we're not gonna heal her overnight. We don't work miracles. That's not what we're here for. We can provide resources and we can help as much as we can. And prayerfully, through that, she does heal and she does blossom and she does find her voice. That's all that we can do.
Where do you see your program in the next 2 years impacting Black women and Black girls' lives?
What I know is we'll continue to evolve, we'll continue to elevate and continue to reach more young ladies, because the sky is not the limit. God is going to continue to speak to me and speak through me to reach as many young ladies as we can, and whatever that looks like, whatever additional programming that he brings to us. What I do know is we won't stop.
As a mentor, would you like to see the program prosper in the next 2 years?
I would also like to see it possibly even going to adults, like single parents, just single women, or, just showing them who they are, who they can be, and just know that they can get to where they want to be in life.
Please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station how they can get in contact with you, a hold of you if they are interested in joining the program, who they can contact.
They can visit our website, which is www.prettymeinc.org. We are on all social media platforms as Pretty Me Inc. You can send an email to info@prettymeinc.org as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for having
See, that
us.
was a dry handshake. We just shake my
How you
hand.
judging my handshake, though?
There we go.
Thank
back.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the more executive CEO handshake I'm talking about. When we come back on the Drive at 5 on intellectualradio.com/iHeartRadio station, a Juneteenth celebration to remember after this short break. And we are back on intellectualradio.com/iHeartRadio station. The Drive at 5 continues. Young urban artists celebrates Freedom Day through modern dance. Back to Black will debut its first Juneteenth show on June 17th at Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies. That's located at 700 East Oakwood Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, from 11:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. Please give a Drive at 5. Welcome to Black Magic Showcase founder and creative director Maya Unique,
Hello.
along with
DJ
Madi.
Madi.
Welcome to the Drive, ladies.
Hey.
Please give intellectualradio.com/iHeartRadio station your background, starting with you, Maya.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm My Unique. I am a professional dancer and I'm an upcoming DJ as well. My background is I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. I've danced with Joffrey Ballet, Kumbba Links, For a Moment of Chicago, Studio One Dance, Studio, just to name a few. I don't want to go on and on, but yeah, I also dance with Behind Polo G, Hollywood, and some other artists as well. So.
Your background?
Well, my name is DJ Madi. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I used to be into dance how she was until I found a new passion, which is DJing, which you don't see a lot of female DJs in Chicago. So that's why I'm really focusing my talent and my energy towards DJing now.
Yeah, she definitely raw. So y'all need to get with her. Get at her.
Describe Black Magic Showcase for us.
Okay. Black Magic Showcase was the first showcase that I did in February. But this is a Back to Black Showcase is our second showcase ever put on. That's gonna be happening on June 17th. So with all my showcases, I want to tell a story. So it's not just like you're just dancing and getting all these art forms. It's a story that goes along with it. So with Back to Black Showcase, what is happening is we're going from the timeline of when we were royalty all the way into the present events. So you're getting a whole story with we got dope artists coming through. We got DJ Marty DJing during intermission. So it's just a lot gonna be going on. So
Tell us about the Juneteenth event that's coming up. You told us a little bit about it. Tell us the extended version.
for Black to Black.
Yeah.
The extended version. Okay, so basically, so the showcase will start off with our performers marching into a beat of an African drum. That's the opening. And then it will go into royalty, which is how Black people were. We are royals and still are. We were and still are royals. We are queens and kings, and that's what I want to talk about during my showcase. And then it will go into slavery, how we were taken from where we were in Africa. And we're not just going to talk about the bad things, we're going to talk about the good and the bad as well. So it's going to go into slavery and then into segregation and into present events, which includes missing Black people, especially Black women and girls that are going missing that nobody really talks about. That's going to be definitely a topic that we're hitting on. Also, police brutality will be a topic that we're hitting on. And Juneteenth, we'll close it out with the celebration of Juneteenth. So, yeah.
So, DJ, when presented this opportunity, why yes?
Because for one, Maya, she's a really close friend to me. Like our whole relationship is weird how we met because we actually met at a dance studio because I used to like take dance classes a lot and I actually met her through dancing. So when she came to me about like, do I want to DJ for the showcase, I immediately said yes because we don't get a lot of opportunities like this to see our true history. Only thing we know is what the schools and stuff teach us, and that's basically like slavery. Like we never see ourselves in crowns. We never see ourselves doing amazing things like this at all. So I'm gonna do it because like I got little sisters and stuff like that, and I want them to know that we're more than what they're portraying us to be. Because like when you go outside, you never see a positive Black person doing stuff. And then the media, they only show us each other. The negative stuff, like us killing each other. And I want them to know that it's more to life than us just killing each other or fighting each other. And a lot of kids don't know that because I was working in a school recently, and a lot of kids in the school, some of their mindsets, well, not some of their mindsets, a lot of their mindsets are messed up. So I feel like if we can get in and stop it while we can really redirect the next generation that's coming up. Because if you don't stop it now, it's just going to get worse. And I feel like we have to do something now and show them that it's other things in life than just what we grew up around.
This year's theme is Back to Black. The piece is so hard-hitting and encouraging. What was the inspiration for Back to Black?
So I can't take all the credit for the name. So I have my a friend that I call my mama. She's like a mentor to me. Her name is Jazz. She came up with some names, and I was like, well, I wanted to do Back to Black, but she gave me a whole list of names, and I'm like, which one do I feel like will actually like get my, because the script didn't come yet. It was really just the title and what I wanted to do, and then everything happened after that. So really, her giving me ideas for that, that's definitely what sparked my mind for Back to Black.
How does modern dance impact today's youth?
Well, I don't want y'all to think that the showcase is just full of modern dance, because it's not. So the showcase is full of everything: hip hop, ballet, whatever you feel, your passion for dance. Bless you.
Thank
So whatever you feeling for dance, that's what it is. So it's not modern dance, but modern dance contributes to society because that's a genre of dance, and that's a way I feel like modern dance for me is a way that I could feel passionate about something. Like that's the most that's the technique that I could feel the most present and actually live in the moment with it. So that's what modern dance is to me.
How you provide the music to modern dance today and yesterday?
Well, basically, what I do, I listen to what the kids are listening to now. I go off what they.
But it's not really dance music if you're going by what they're listening
Well,
to now.
everything is
It
dance
is,
music.
yeah. Everything
is?
is
Yeah,
dance movie.
everything
I
is
feel
dance
like when
music.
you're thinking that the is modern music is, we need to understand what we talking about. Are we talking about like modern dance, the technique, or are we talking about modern today in history, modern?
Modern dance technique.
Okay, that's different. She's not DJing for modern dance technique. She's just DJing. Period.
Okay.
So at the intermission, she is free to do whatever she wants for 20 minutes. She can go crazy however she wants to. If she want to play Can We Talk, we gonna rock out to Can We Talk. If she want to play Rock the Boat, that's what we gonna listen to. Modern dance technique, that's just whatever the dancers pick
Mhm.
to showcase their talent. But all dancers are not doing modern dance technique unless they know how to do that, you know? So
Ev-
that's what it is.
Every dance tells a story.
Yes, that's correct.
What story you want to tell? Because you mentioned African drums,
Mhm.
royalty, slavery,
Mhm.
segregation, and present day. They all have messages.
Mhm.
What you want the audience to learn about those messages through dance?
I want the audience to know exactly what the message is saying in the script. If we're talking about royalty, I want everybody to understand and know that you are royalty and know your worth. I also, from this whole thing, I want everybody to know the history that people are trying to erase in our school systems and that
Yes.
people are not talking about. Like, especially like she said, like my friend said in the media, we're always being portrayed as this negative image. And I want everybody to know we're just not this negative image. And I want everybody to understand that the power that we hold, because if we being honest, the reason that these things happen to us because people are scared of black people.
Mhm.
So if we understand our power, understand our worth, then we could be so much bigger together than apart. So I want everybody to know that. I want the youth to know exactly where they come from and who they are today. So that's really what the showcase is showing.
Music is your thing. What message you want as you play for the 20 minutes that you want to add to the
Well,
program?
I want everybody to understand just because um the music that's getting played on the mainstream radio today, that's not the music that you're limited to. It's other types of music. And I really believe that music have the power to control people.
It
So when
does.
I go outside and DJ, I don't like to play all that drill rap because I believe like that brings out the demons in people, and that really make people want to pull out guns and start fighting and doing all this and being extra. And I want kids to know that you can still have a good time without having to really engage into that type of music. Really,
Because gospel be hidden.
yeah, it really
It really do.
and
So
it could change your whole mindset. It could
Mhm.
change your whole life, really. Because I stopped listening to all that, and my life has been good. Like I don't feel negative about anything. And music can really determine like how you go about life. Because if you listen to some negative stuff all day long,
gonna
that's what
think
you're gonna
negative,
live.
Does dance is the same way as music?
Yes, it definitely is. Like I feel like I know how certain songs can pull out a certain type of emotion in you that other songs cannot. So I feel like everything. I feel like that's why I'm kind of getting into DJ now, because it all connects. All art connects.
Yes, you have
So
to feel it.
yeah, you feel everything, even with dance. So yeah,
What
what
it,
feeling?
what feeling?
Oh,
It goes with the beat, to my understanding, right?
sometimes, because you can go to with dance, it's so much that you could go with, like the beat. it's different beats. Yeah, it's
emotions,
so many
yeah.
beats and music that you don't hear. Like sometimes it's like a song that has like so many beats at once. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm knocking stuff up. It's so many beats at once. So you could hear the beats, you could go to the lyric. It really depends on how your body flow. And if you freestyling, that's a whole different thing too. So like sometimes if it's choreographed, you could. That's when somebody choreography is when you get taught a dance, and freestyling is when you just move how you want to move without any
Doing what you
counts
want
or
to do
yeah,
next.
however
Yeah.
you want to do. So I feel like it all depends on the person, how you feeling that day. Cause I could be mad and I could freestyle and do something that I wouldn't do on another type of song or at a it depends on your body and how you feeling that day.
And how you interpreting the
Interpret it,
song. Because
yeah.
like how I might listen to a song, she probably get a different message from
Mhm.
it. So
The emotions. Usually, the emotion when it comes to dance is always about the sadness,
No,
the oppression,
no, nah.
the.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't want to interrupt you, so go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Th-
I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's all about the emotions, like you said, feeling, but you also said royalty, slavery, segregation. Some people say it's more oppression than it is happiness that can be interpreted in dance.
That can be. But you also got to think about what also happened during slavery. Because slavery, yes, it was a sad thing, yes. But you also have some powerful people that came out of these oppressive points.
mhm.
If that makes sense, you got Nat Turner. That some people might be like, "Oh no," but like Nat Turner is a powerful person that we're gonna talk about. We of course we got Harriet Tubman and some more people that helped out in slavery. So yes, some people can like when you think about the general topic of slavery, yes, you think about what happened to us. But you also got to think about these powerful people that came out of that situation. Even with segregation, we got Malcolm X, we got Martin Luther King, we got Rosa Parks, we got some more people that aren't really talked about in history because we got these main people, but it's more people behind the scenes in those messages. So you just got to think about that. Like yes, we have these bad events that happen, but you have some really dope people that came out of that. So that's what I want to highlight, not just the sadness and because we get that all the time.
Yeah.
You got movies always coming out about slavery and segregation. Yes, I want of course I want us to know cuz I do want everybody to know what happened, but I don't want us to just be stuck on just that situation. Like you got some dope people that are leaders that we have that's in there. So I want that to be a message that is shown to kids like we to be how to be a leader and who to look up to, like different role models. So yeah.
And how to basically take the bad stuff and turn it into something good. Like just because
Mhm.
we went through this don't mean we have to stay at the bottom forever. That should just motivate you to keep going even harder for what you believe in and what you want to do.
Mhm.
Juneteenth
Mhm.
is the first national holiday since it was passed by the Biden
Mhm.
administration. Now people are saying, I prefer to celebrate Juneteenth
And not the 4th of July.
and not the 4th of
And that's
July.
me. I'm one of them people.
Why?
Because that's not my holiday. It never was. And what are we really celebrating for 4th of July? Just to pop some fireworks? No. We finna celebrate our day our way. So no, I'm not celebrating the 4th of July because it don't mean nothing to me. Juneteenth relates to me.
I agree because it never really was for us. We weren't even free when the 4th of July really came about. So what reason do we have to celebrate it?
And we still not free, but we not gonna talk about that. We just gonna leave it on the
When you
back
hear the
burner.
word free,
Mhm.
the land of the free,
Mhm.
how do you feel?
It's not giving that, but like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it.
Yeah.
But we not free. It's just slavery. Like we are free. Like of course we're
To an
free.
extent.
Yeah, but they always trying to find a form of slavery, and especially like now instead of calling it slavery, they locking us up in jails. It's not we're not free,
For you.
but we gonna highlight Juneteenth because that are free. We not promoting slavery, but slavery is just taking form, different forms.
Juneteenth and dance go hand in hand at times. The history of modern dance from Africa gets lost in describing our ancestry. Your thoughts
Hold
on
on,
that?
say that one more time. That was kind of catchy.
I wasn't expecting that. I'll repeat the question.
Okay.
Juneteenth and dance go hand in hand at times. The history of modern dance from Africa gets lost in describing our ancestry.
Hmm.
Your thoughts on that?
Well, I would say like it don't get lost. I would just say we don't know about it because we don't know who we truly are. So it's like, what can we look up to? So it's about like figuring out what's our true roots.
Especially if you have people to teach you that. Like you don't hear people coming around. Like it's a lot of people that come around and tell like show African culture and African dance, but it's not that many. So I feel like we need more people. Like everybody want to show hip hop.
Representation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more representation. We just
Especially
need
in the
more.
dance industry.
Exactly, because everybody is more limited nowadays for dance. Is heels and
Yeah.
booty shaking. Like we need more representation. We need more people that want to teach us more than that.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of black
Don't you
girls
get
with
upset
technique.
when you see that being portrayed on social media?
a little bit because
It's like
it's you
only
don't
thing
really
we're known for
is
is
gyrating.
twerking,
Yeah.
black women twerking contests.
That's true.
That is
And
true.
what? How do you feel about that?
Well, I got mixed emotions because some people like to do that. So, like, if you like to shake your booty, do your thing. Because I actually a form of African dance. A lot of people do be shaking
Yeah.
they butt. So that is a form. But I don't like how people.
But
I don't.
twerking,
I feel like
we-
twerking
That's
is.
not gonna get too but
Twerk-
I understand what you're
twerking.
saying.
Hmm.
is a form of ancestry back in Africa.
Hmm.
That's a dance. That's a ritual dance.
Yeah.
Like salsa originated from Africa. But
They made it
the
sexual.
mentality says that's nothing but Hispanic music. What what I'm saying in essence is when you talk about dance, it's a long history of what Africans did, rituals
Hmm.
of celebration, not always sadness, as you said.
Mm.
What I'm getting at is if you're gonna twerk, know the history. If you're gonna wear the flag, know what it represents.
But then that comes along with people willing to teach. You know.
But you can teach, but people need to listen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true too. But you also, I don't feel like as many people that teach the history of African dance or anything past that. I feel like, and I feel like people do know that it comes from our
Yeah.
ancestors. They just don't know the deep meaning behind it. But I feel like every dance takes form into a different thing. So I feel like people do know that.
Or you just don't get the same opportunity as your counterparts, like the white kids. Because like if you go into a audition to get booked, the white kids they know technique. We don't know technique like that because they don't really come and teach us like that. Like I can't go to a dance studio on the south side of Chicago and learn technique, and that's why I feel like we're getting left behind that because we
It's
don't
all
have
up
the
north.
same resources.
And it's all up north.
Yeah. And then we got to travel far to get the same resources. Then even still, when you go there, they're looking at you crazy. Like, what are you doing in here?
Mhm.
So that's why I feel like Maya is doing a good thing with showing kids like it's more to dance than just what we see on TikTok.
And one more thing, just to add on to what she said, like a lot of technique is not shown in the South Side, which is not. And you also got to think about if we in poverty areas. I know for one, I don't have $20 to keep paying for training
Mhm.
every day to go take a ballet class. So I know a lot of times when I was growing up, well, I was blessed to have parents that put me in Studio One. That was a program when I was 3 that allowed me the opportunities to learn ballet, jazz, tap, and all that. But if I didn't have that, like now, I don't really have the funds to be paying $20, putting that in people's pockets. So I will learn from a video.
Yeah.
Like everybody don't have those opportunities to just go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this class every day a week for $20. Like,
And that's what a lot of the kids are doing today, learning from
and
TikTok.
that's why they join teams and just you see a lot of kids just doing majorette because that's all they know. Like you don't see nobody out and on the south side talking about, yeah, let me teach you some ballet, let me put this into you, because those programs cost a lot of money. I was blessed to be able to go into After School Matters and get paid to do what I love and learn the technique. But a lot of people don't have those opportunities. You never know where people come from. So, like I said, like about the twerking, like that's why kids always go back to what they know, because they sometimes you can't afford to go and learn something new or learn the essence of something because it's not provided to you. All you know is majorette and all this booty shaking, like, you know.
Please give intellectualradio.com/iHeartRadio station how they can get in contact with you, more about the event that's coming up, all that good stuff, and how they can get tickets.
Okay, so I'm gonna just talk about the page first, then I'm gonna talk about my personal. So the Black Magic page, well, it's not a Black Magic page. It's Back to Black Showcase on Instagram. It's BACK. I hope I'm saying this right. Let me not. If you know how to spell back, then that's what it is. Then two, black. I'm sorry, Back to Black Showcase _.
Hey, I'll pull it up for you right
You know,
now.
but like I don't want to spell it out and mess it up. But that's how you can get to us on Instagram, and through that Instagram, that's also the Eventbrite link to the tickets. I believe the early bird tickets are sold out, so you will have to pay full price. How you could get in contact with me on my personal page is Maya MAYA__unique. Back to my unique __ you on Instagram. I think I said that right. And then on TikTok, it's my unique. Make sure y'all follow me because that's where I DJ at. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger
Thank
to the
you.
Drive at 5.
Can she
Yes, go
yes.
ahead. Go ahead. Very quickly.
Well, y'all can find me on Instagram at Madi the DJ. That's MODDYDADJ.
Make sure y'all get at her, man.
All
And
right.
make sure y'all at the
Support the
showcase.
showcase.
Make sure y'all at the
Yes.
All right.
showcase.
Thank you so much.
The
Don't be
tapping
a
over
stranger
y'all
to
right
the Drive
here.
at. All right. Thanks to Earl Winfrey. Earl gave me a hat, an intellectual radio hat. I'm going to support. Yeah. Thanks to Earl Winfrey, our executive producer. Wanda, who's behind the scenes. You guys have a wonderful week.